What is going on, my baboon brothers, my simian sisters? Digit here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today I introduce to you the Rivalry series. Today we'll be examining my own rivalry with Mr. Po1and. Now, for all of you that don't know, Po1and is one of the top Advanced Wars players of all time in Standard and Live. In fact, he's won and gone very far in several Meng's Grandmaster Tours. He also happens to be top of the Live League most of the time. However, recently I've been trading blows with him. He gets to the top of the Live League ladder, I surpass him. Then he gets on top again. So I said, you know what, man? Po1and, reached out to him in the DMs. Let's settle this once and for all. You and me, let's do some Live League games and settle this. For all of you that don't know, I actually have a positive record against Mr. Po1and. One of the few people who has a good record against Po1and. Me and Starflash are probably the only two that have a winning record against Po1and. So I was feeling pretty good. I don't take him lightly, obviously. He's one of the best. So I said, hey man, let's play. And we got this map right here in the Live League. As you know, Live League 5 minutes, 2-minute increment, very fast games. You run low on time. We got the map, Take It Slow. A very small, low income map. 17k per side. However, I would argue it's more like 15 or 16k per side because a lot of these contested properties never get capped throughout the entirety of the game. Particularly these middle properties. Majority of my games, those never get capped by either side unless one side just outright wins. Also, contested properties, just draw like a straight line down the middle, like this property here. Actually, this probably goes under blues, but this property here, this property here. So just draw a line in general. It's a base light map as well, so every unit matters more. Every engagement matters more, so your lashes, your kindles, your day-to-day COs are better because every fight matters more. And since there's such low income, you're not going to have the great Olaf Sturms or Olaf Drakes of the world to do that well. That being said, Kindle was banned on this matchup here, so we couldn't use Kindle. This was tier 2. Actually, no, Kindle was allowed, but I didn't want to use Kindle. I promised myself I would never use Olaf for the near future, so Olaf was out of there. And I was like, I wanted to be Olaf, but I also want to do damage globally. So I chose Rachel. And Po1and chose Olaf. I think he thought I would pick Kindle, and then we'd have like a back and forth sort of battle. Anyway, I would favor Olaf slightly in this matchup, and it's not huge, but I would pick Olaf if I could, to be honest. But I think it's a very slight matchup. Like maybe Olaf wins like 53% of the time, and Rachel 47. Like it's not a big deal. So I was happy with the matchup. I couldn't complain. I would be happier if it was facing Kindle because I was expecting a Kindle or a Lash or something. But I was happy with this matchup. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get into the game because. Yeah, so in the top we got the blue boys, Po1and. And the bottom, it's me. So, first things first, the contested properties. I make a beeline for them because I love my contested properties. I go in the middle. So here, honestly, it's possible I could have gone over here instead, go for this property, and then make sure I get all of these 4 caps. Instead, I decided to focus on the middle. Because if I get the middle, maybe I can get one of these 2 properties somehow or get the comm tower earlier. Either I get one of these properties or I get the comm tower early. So that was my thought process. Honestly, in retrospect, actually, I could also just cap this property this next turn and this guy goes there. Or goes here. I don't know. It was an alright pick. As you can see, Po1and differed in that he sent his unit to the right over here, or to the right instead of going over there. So we already have a slight divergence. We're both skipping this property. Unfortunately, I hope I was going to be the only one that skipped it. He doesn't, but monkey see, monkey do. Also, I think it's optimal. So I will have the first tank. And I choose it on my airport side because I know long term I'll have copters pumping out this way. This is sort of the weak side because there is a forest over here that blocks your path. Actually, there's forests going both directions, so forests are blocking, but I would consider this a weaker side for blue because you have this mountain blocking the way. You have another forest here as well, and you have the airport support. So if we can fight here in the long term, I'll be pretty happy. So I'm going to be building a tank over on that side. But Po1and, as you know, whoever gets the first tank, normally the second player gets the second and third tank, and then the first player gets the 4th tank. It can't be I get the first and the third and the 5th. That's unfair. So he'll get the next 2 tanks. So he opts to not capture this property, goes a little aggressive over there. I probably would do the same thing. He actually mirrors me. I was actually surprised he didn't build a tank over here to defend that infantry. So I was like, all right. Okay. I'll be feisty then. So I send my tank up. Vroom. Cannot afford another tank. I probably can afford a copter next turn if I want to. Will I build a copter? We'll see. No fireworks yet. Still early. I have a step in the middle. Do I decide to capture the comm tower or do I go in this position to try to cap these 2 properties? Po1and is also not going to the side over here. He's going to the middle. He's putting pressure here. So if I try to capture this, he'll have 2 to interrupt me. So I have to be cognizant of that. So he builds a second tank over there. Tank goes over there. If I'm lucky, I'll get a free shot over there. And with this infantry, I was like, do I put on this mountain and then I gangbang this guy, kill him? But then that tank would reach me. Or do I put it here? So I decided to just go for the all-out attack. Go right here. I was like, out of pressure. Honestly, I could go right there and then capture this property or capture any of these 3 really. But instead, I'm like, F it. I'm just going to skip another cap and put another guy there. So a little wild. What can I say? But so far, I'm liking my position. I say we're pretty much dead even. Captures the property there. Neither of us has a comm tower, which is notable this next turn. So, no comm tower for each of us. I'm starting to cap it first, so I'll have the comm tower first. I enjoy that. Capture the property. Tank goes over here to make sure this guy is defended. Build another tank over here. So I build another tank on my weak side. I thought about putting my strong side. I think because I wanted to convert this to the middle and has more flexibility. Honestly, maybe I should have built on my strong side this turn. Oh, I know why. It's because I double tank. It's because I double tank, you silly goose. Bunk. And also, I love this hit. So now I say I have a slight lead because... Okay, here's your options. You fight a tank without a comm tower. Plane into my tank. You're going to do like 3 damage. I'm going to do 4 damage back to you. Losing trade. Option number 2. You take the infantry off and ruin your cap. Then you do 3 damage here, and I do 2 damage back, or maybe 3 damage back. Not a great position to be in for Po1and. So with that hit, I think I have a slight advantage. More so, I am capturing this property. He cannot stop this property over here. He is nowhere near capturing this property. So I will have a step here. I'll have a step here. And he's nowhere near there. Infantry's getting position over there. And position the cap over there. So if he wants to put it on the HQ or whatever, I will smack him in the face. I decide, so why did I do this? I could have just sat here. But if I sat here, he'd capture this and he'd capture this. And I can only stop one of them. And I don't want to interrupt my own property to stop him. So in order to stop him from capturing both, I opt to suicide my infantry. So now he has to strike me here. And if he caps there, I'll just attack him with my weakened infantry to stop both caps. Or he can just double attack me here. But he doesn't have a comm tower, so the double attack won't be very strong. So he does a double attack over here. Since we have no comm tower, see, it's a 7-7. Like, without comm towers, these little guys are weaklings. Might have even been a low roll. But I'm feeling pretty good so far. Interrupts my infantry over there. Tank opts to not attack me. Tank shifts over there. Things are going pretty good so far. Things are going pretty good. I say I am ahead. So I have an income advantage now. 14,000 to whatever the hell he has. Throw out my infantry. Bring my tank over there. The tank chain is forming. Build the first copter, which is always nice. Infantry goes up. Capture my property over there. Infantry now, if he wants to cap these, I can attack him there. I can attack him here. These are locked down. No one's getting these in the near term. And my copter does not cover that guy, so I want to make sure he's covered. Attack from the road over here. If I attack him over here, he's going to attack me with 2 infantries. This one can reach me while he can still cap. And then I attack from over here because I'm like, hey, he's got 1 infantry, he can only attack me once. Here, I'm a little greedy. I thought about maybe attacking this tank here, but then this one would attack me from the city. Potentially, I should have retreated here. But I opted to get feisty because he does have the comm tower. However, it will take 2 tank hits, and there's a 33% chance he kills me with 2 tank hits, 2 tank shits. And he got some chip on me, so maybe instead of 30%, it's like 35, 40% tops. So I wasn't too worried. Bring my tank over here to make sure this guy is covered. This guy's covered. I'm like shifting a lot of units over here. Because with the copter, I didn't build a tank, so he out-tanks me. He outranks me in tanks. He's got 5 tanks. I got 4 tanks in the copter. That's the opportunity cost. He hits the comm tower, retreats, boom, attacks my infantry. Sad. Sad, sad. But then he does some Po1and things that I wasn't expecting. From a normal player, I don't expect these sorts of things. But Mr. Po1and, he knows how to, he attacks me with a tank. Here. I was like, what? Dude, I get a free tank shot over here. What are you doing, bro? I mean, this tank does cover. This copter does not cover, though. It's like, ooh, okay. He does attack me here. Fortunately, he gets the roll. The first one is a really good roll. I was a bit upset about that, to be honest. The odds weren't in my favor, and the thing is, it upset me more because this infantry could not attack it to finish it off, and plus, I'm Rachel. So this is at 1 HP, 4 HP, 7 HP, 10 HP. 3 turns, I'm fully healed. I have the income advantage. With this property, I'll have 15k to 14k. So I can afford to heal my tank using my income advantage because I had a better opening as far as caps go. So I was a little peeved about that, to be honest, but I will get a shot on these tanks from this tank from on a city. So I was like, okay. And I was also surprised by this. I was like, whoa. But the thing about Poland, though, this was calculated. He saw that I built a copter. Perhaps maybe I shouldn't have built a copter last turn. Could I have afforded? No, I could not afford anything else. But if I attack this tank over here, this tank and this tank are going to kill me. And there's nothing left. Because this tank is out of position. I have to move this tank over there. It's really awkward. So I'm in a pretty awkward position. I go to kill off that tank. I bring my copter up north. Because I want to make sure if we're fighting here long term, I want to beat the shit out of them. Build an anti-air to deal with this copter, because I have 15k. Infantry get in position. Attack the tank, because I'm like, okay, if that guy attacks me here, I'm gonna have to shift my tank over here. Weaken off his tank, shift my tank over here. It is out of range of his tank, so hopefully the thought is, he attacks me with this tank attacks me here, it survives, I kill off a tank with this tank, and then I have this anti-air to clean up the copter if it goes over there. And I captured this property as well. Still feeling alright. A little upset about that tank, but feeling alright. Tank comes in here, I say, please God, don't get the roll. He gets it. Because we love our stuff. Actually, honestly, he should get the roll here because it did have some chip damage, so I can't complain about this roll at all. No complaining about this roll. Brings in the tank over here, brings in this tank over here. Boom. And now it's like, oh, not loving that. I could attack a 9 from a plane. And this copter is coming near. Like, attack the 9 from a plane? Little, I don't know. Little sussy baka, as the kids say. And also, an even more conniving thing. This copter, he didn't bring it down here like I liked. He brought it up here, and it covers all these things. So what I thought was a free copter hit on his tanks is no longer free. And if I attack the copter, he has a copter chain. At this point, I'm losing, because I'm like, okay, I attack the copter, my copter dies. I attack the tank over here, my copter dies. If I don't attack anything, I just lost a tank for free. So I'm kind of running out of options here. I do have an income advantage, so that's nice. So I bring my anti-air over there. I decided to attack the 3 HP tank. I don't know why. Perhaps just to get unit count. I'm going for the contested property over there. Combine in order to get exactly 14,000 to get double tank. I think that's a good move. Opt to attack with the copter. I am getting closer to my superpower, which is nice. Tank comes in. Owie. That's gonna live. Healing out of his tanks. Copter comes in. Brings me down to 3. Owie. And my anti-air's out of position. Not great. Not great. Infantry comes in. Finishes off my infantry over there. Attacks my tank from the plane. That's not so bad, actually. But now he's putting the squeeze on me with these copters. Yeah, it's got 2 copters, and I got 1 anti-air. And my copter's dead. This airport's empty. There's nothing to save over here. So this guy either goes to the right or the left. Now I'm really feeling the cluster cluck. And to top it all off, he's got a really good copter chain. And a tank too. Things are looking pretty bad for me. However, I will get my covering fire. And if I can get some shots off over here, it might be nice. If I can get 2 shots off over here, and then I can send all my stuff over here to clean up that schlop instead. So, thought is, get my covering fire. So, in the move planner, it said it would attack over here. Twice. Attack twice over here. 4 units, 4 units. More unit value less unit value. So that was a bit of a predicament for me. I don't know if it was a coin flip or because this was already at 1 HP after the first one, but I was pissed off about that because when I checked the move planner, it said this one over here twice. So it would have been nice if this was at 2 and this was at 1, and then I just finished this off, and then I finished that off. Actually, I finished that off. Kill the infantry, kill the tank, kill this. I can kill everything. I'll kill every single unit over here. This infantry kills that tank. This copter kills that, whatever the hell it is. This infantry can, in fact, kill off that tank, and this 9 HP will kill off that 5 HP. It would have been a beautiful thing. However, things did not work out that way. Attack the infantry over there. Attack the tank over there. At least I'm getting some kills. Here, this is a misclick, by the way. We're playing live. I wanted to withdraw this, and this 9 kills the 5. But for some reason, it reached for the tank. Misclicks happen. Bring my anti-air over here. To cover my tank, but a Winter Fury is coming, and I hate Winter Fury. It's just going to cover really well. So tank goes over there, attacks, kills my copter. Winter Fury comes in. It's going to be brutal. Infantry attacks. Copter attacks. Things are looking pretty bad, not gonna lie. Tank attacks me here. Goes for an HQ cap of all things. I'm like, okay. I mean, I can stop it pretty easily, but it's annoying. Now I can't attack a copter. I am forced to attack this infantry, which is really annoying. And I have to attack from a road, no less. Luckily, there's no tanks to kill my anti-air next turn, but not great. And this copter can barely move. I want to bring it over here to, like, fight over here, but I have no movement. Because his anti-air is well positioned to fight over here, and not as well positioned to fight over here. So I attack his infantry, build double tanks. You know, doing pretty decent. I'm still behind, but gets a tank hit off of me here, and I cannot attack that because I have to make sure I kill that infantry, which he combines. So now I have to knock it down to 4. This blocks. Copter kills, kills, kills. At this point, the game is lost for me. I can't knock this down to below 6. I'm like, I need a lucky lass. Couldn't get it. So I lost versus Poland. Honestly, this is the first time I lost versus Poland in like a long time. Usually I win. I think I'm like 7-4 against them or something like that. Anyway, I was a little upset. Needless to say. So I said, hey, Poland. I told Poland, I was like, hey man, like I had the winning opening, but I got too cocky with his tank probably. Like I was winning here. Had they didn't have him over here. The tank over here, that was a good move by him. Surprised me. I didn't think the tank would attack me here. Surprised me. I was a little overambitious for that tank. I was stretched thin with my copter. So I couldn't fight into that. Tricky. Very tricky move by him. Rolls didn't help, and also that missile didn't help, but like it was still already getting to shit over here, to be honest. So anyway, I said, hey, Poland, left a bad taste in my mouth. What do you say we do a rematch? In Poland, by the way, his ult got to 1500 after this game. He was like, Deej, I don't know, I'm at 1500, I don't want to lose my rating, like I want to be the #1 and first ever to 1500. It's like, Poland, come on, man. Gotta do a rematch. Fine, I'll do a rematch, but on my ult. So, alright, face one of your 20 ults. We decided to do a rematch on Don't Wanna Be That Guy. And, so, I'm facing his ult Orange Star Commander, which is around 1400. My main's probably around like 1430 at this point, and his other ult is like 1500, so I understand why he wanted to fight down a little bit. So I was like, alright, I cannot go 0-2 versus Poland. I cannot. I was tilting. I'm still tilting. I'm like, okay. Get yourself together, DG. That was not a fun game for me the last time. It ended in 13 turns. It was a quick game. It was embarrassing. I was frustrated. He played very well. There was a few rolls, but honestly, he played better than me. I can't complain about the rolls overall. So I said, all right. Rematch. So this map is I want to be that guy or I don't want to be that guy. Honestly, I forget the name. But it's a very interesting map. It's very base rushy. It's 3 base and 1 airport, but one of the bases is locked into infantry and mechs. And there's 1 base over here and a contested comm tower and a lot of contested loot over here. There's 3 juicy contested properties here, as well as over here. And the contested middle as well. A little bit of a lower income map. I forget the honest, I think it's around 19k per side, but granted that there's one is infantry locked, you're going to see a lot of vehicles from this space, and then just a lot of infantry. And copters are pretty decent on this map as well. So I saw this, it was tier 3, Andy, Lash, Rachel, Drake. Drake is a possibility here. But actually, no, I think it's 20k per side, so a little higher income. So Drake has a little more feasibility here. Just like Kindle's banned, by the way. I was like, Andy's. In retrospect, Andy's the best pick here. I've actually played on this map versus Andy and got beaten because Andy's. I don't know, with base rush maps, you can build a medium tank and then it gets down to like 4 or 5 or whatever and just heals up. And base rush maps, I like Andy. Let's just put it that way. I do like Lash as well because she has like better firepower with these like silos and stuff. So it's like, okay, maybe Lash is good here. I'll pick Lash. And this time, Po1and decides to choose Rachel. And I was a little happy by this for a few reasons why. Why am I happy about Rachel? Missiles and covering fire. This lander is 14k or 12k rather. So that's 12k for a missile to hit at. Also, this Blackwood is another 7.5k. So I have a few decoys for his missiles to hit. So I was happy about that. Rachel's going to be tough, though, when it comes to bunched up base rushes, though. If I bunch up over here trying to defend my base, and 2 or 3 missiles land on me, it's game over. So Rachel's a double-edged sword. So I'm doing the day-to-day CO. I need to win income and early, ideally. Whereas Po1and, he needs the game to go on, and then, bam, beat me. So it behooves him to tech up, heal up, and just play consistently. Anyway, without further ado, I'm the black hole at the bottom. Po1and, Orange Star at the top. Both of us going for that city, or the contested base. I'm just faking them out. I'm going to go over here next turn anyway. So, standard stuff so far. Nothing unusual. But I think about it for a second. I'm like, look. I'm Lash. I need to win the early game. How can I win the early game? There's a lot of roads. There's a lot of shoals. There's a lot of cities. Day 3 recon. I'm normally not a day 3 recon kind of guy. But when in Rome, I can get over here in one turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can interrupt these contested properties. So if his infantry goes over here, caps the comm tower, I will smack those ass cheeks so fast. So, the pressure has begun. Will it pay off? God knows. I'm hoping it does. So what does he do? Does he build his own recon? He does not. He opts for the Boomy build. So okay. Recon comes in, beep beep. Thing about the recon, it really neuters your own development. I'm going to be a lot slower to capture these properties than he is over here. It's going to be much quicker. So I capture this property. He cannot capture this property because I will beep beep his ass. In a tank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 does not cover this city. I can attack from this plane here. Ain't nothing he can do about it. Bring my infantry forward. Feeling pretty good. He's going to build a tank on his weak side, I know it. Goes for the safe property, as he should. Okay. I'm like, alright, tank goes over here. I'm going to put this in the middle. So he can't capture that easy. So he can't capture that easy. Let's have a little fun with this recon. You know, I paid 4k for it. Might as well get my money's worth. Infantry goes over here because I need to get this double cap over here. Beautiful double cap. Sadly, with the recon, I get really delayed with the airport and this double cap, which is really nice. So, sad. But, capture the property over here. Go from this back cap. Look at this beautiful 1, 2, 3 caparoonies in a row. Not enough for a tank. So, because I built the recon, cannot reply with a tank this turn. So, I am tankless. He has a tank. I have no tanks. How do I alleviate this pain? Builds a mech. Like I said, this is limited to mechs and infantry. You can shift them forward, and before you know it, you're on the doorstep of the comm tower. Speaking of the comm tower, let's see what I did this turn. I go for this property over here. I should not have gone for this property. Why should I not go for it? Look, he can't interrupt it. I'm fine. Can't interrupt it. He can't interrupt it. If he goes for this property, no problem. What's the issue here? The issue is this is not holdable long term. This is in 2 base range of this space over here. The mechs and stuff can reach. This is not holdable long term. He will never get this property. I can get this, but it's only going to be like 2 or 3 or 4 days. What I should have done is go for this comm tower. Nothing can stop the comm tower. I go on my merry way. I get my 10%, and I'm happy. He does not. Another issue. I have no tank backup over here. If this recon attacks, the tank kills it. If I had a tank, then the recon could attack, and if the tank attacks the recon, then the tank follows up. But I have no tank backup. So I'm a little bit of a predicament. Like, I built this recon, but if I go over there, tank kills. If I go over here, tank kills. What do I do with this recon? Put it on the comm tower? Free hit. Attacks. What do I do with this recon? It stopped him from these caps, like me, but... So I thought about it for a bit and said, you know what? F the police. Beep beep bagoonga. Attack into the infantry over there. Tank will kill me? Whatever. I don't want him to get this comm tower. I'll go for the comm tower. You won't get it. Finally build a tank over here and a mech. So we're getting the pressure on. Tank comes in. Finishes me off. See? He was at 5. He's at 8 because of the Rachel healing. 1 turn. He'll be ready to cap. Which is annoying. But it is what it is. Infantry is right here, but I'm about to get gangbanged by quite a few infantry. Starts a tank chain over here. The good thing about a tank chain for me, it stops his infantry from being built. So he captures these properties slower, he captures these properties slower. If he forces a lot of tanks over here, I will have more tanks or more infantry than him because I'll have pumping out permanently from here and my own tank chains. So if we can fight there long term, I'm happy. I'm happy. Go for the comm tower cap. Tank comes in. Got to start my tank chain. Infantry comes in. Put my mech in a cute little position right here. Tank could attack me from here. The issue is my tank will smack him from a silo. So, you know, not too fun for him. He can't reach my infantry without interrupting his own capping over here. A little bit of a predicament for him. I have more firepower since I'm Lash. My day-to-day is stronger, so he will not be able to kill me here. Tank shifts to the middle. I'm already thinking, okay. Interesting. Attacks me. That's a pretty good roll. I'll live with 2. Okay, with 1, I guess. And he does interrupt me over here. Stops his cap in his tracks. Interrupts over here. Goes very ballsy in the middle over here. It's a really contested property. It's really contested property. I'm already starting to feel the heat. And he attacks the tank out of the mech. This part surprised me. I was like, what? What are you doing, bro? He goes for a double cap over here. He's going all in. I'm like, all right. That's a dead tank. It's a dead tank. And I'm going to interrupt both of your caps. I am not allowing either one of these. I have both of these. You have neither. Stop my own cap over here because I'm like, hell no, you're not getting that one of the most contested properties in the game. Tank chain has begun. Things are looking hairy over here. In fact, do I build a recon over here? I do. I like this move by me because I like my own moves. But this recon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he reaches all of these in 1 turn. And mechs are strong versus recons are strong versus mechs. I mean, if a mech kills a recon, it's much better than mech killing a tank. And I can save some money, and next turn I'll just buy 2 tanks. And I need unit count. If I build a tank here, I'd have to base skip for an infantry over there because I believe I only had, yeah, I'm missing 15k, so I wouldn't have enough money. So, tackle my infantry, combine over here because I'm like, F it, whatever. Doing pretty good on the income though, 15k to 12k. Mech is really forward. Combines units over here. He's going for double cappies. Double cappies. Capitan. Boom. Hits me with the mech. Hits me back right here. Gets a shot on my infantry. Kills my other infantry. Okay. He's doing pretty good in the unit count. But I'm fighting. My advantage is that I have these 2 properties. However, I'm about to lose both of them. So, things aren't looking too great here. What do I have in my advantage? What do I have in my advantage? I have time. More time than him. My recon get a free hit. Not free, but it gets a hit. I'll get 2 tank hits here, and he only has 3 tanks. So I will have Memento going over here at least. My mech can attack there, and I can do a tank chain. Bagonk. Which is exactly what I do. Boom, bang. Beep, beep. Now I can get double tank. Oh, I have to combine units, though. That's unfortunate. Do I combine? No, I just... Oh, no, I already built a mech. Okay, we're good. So we had 17k, which means 2 tanks and a mech. And without healing, I'm not even going to attack that infantry. I need to, like, just work on my unit count. So I focus on killing some units. So I'm like, all right, we're about to lose income to Rachel. Lash's whole shtick was to win income early. What went wrong? Well, I shouldn't have went for that property in the first place. I should have focused on the comm tower. Then all my units would be stronger. Number 1. Number 2, if I had the comm tower, this infantry wouldn't be dead, so I'd have more infantry numbers here. I'd have 1 whole extra infantry to attack that mech, to kill that mech, etc. So being down 1 infantry and a comm tower that I could have had, not fun. He also gets to fight me from his base. He is within 1 base range, which is long-term not great for me. He's gonna build a tank there, obviously, and a mech. So things are looking a little sussy. But it's okay. We're not behind that much. And I get a tank strike here, which is really nice. And this mech is weak, so it won't do too much. I thought about interrupting this guy, but he's got another infantry there, so I'm like, F it, I'm gonna get this property here. Shift my mech forward. Gonna Bagoongala that tank. Gonna Boonga that tank too. Build my first copter. Thought process here. Did I build another recon this turn? I freaking love recon. Sorry, guys. I like recons on this map. When you face some mech spam like this, and infantry spam, recons aren't that bad. Especially on terrain. I like the recons. Hell, I'm even healing up a 1 HP recon. That's how much I like recons. Normally, I don't heal my recons that are at 1 HP. Unless it's like fog, maybe. Here, I'm doing it. F it. Build a Riki. But he's ahead in income by 3k. Soon to be 2k, but still not fun. Or maybe 3k again. Sacks his mech. Sacks his other mech. Heals his, sacks his tank. His tank smashes into me. That hurts. Because he wanted to boom me. That's right. So, like I mentioned earlier, this lander, good for the covering fire. It's 14k, so I calculated it. I think all 3 hit over there, actually. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Not so bad. What did that do? Infantry, mech, and a tank, and then the lander. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what my HP in my lander is. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-da-da-dang. Not bad for a covering fire. That felt pretty good for me. I was like, oh, that's not bad at all. It didn't hit me over here. It didn't hit me over here. That's not bad at all. Tank comes in, kills my other tank. Putting a little hurt on me over here, but it's nothing too terrible. It was an anti-air. So if he builds an anti-air here, I probably want to shift this over to the left. Which is exactly what I do. Murder his tank. Heal up my Mickey. I still have not captured this property because I was too busy interrupting him from over here. So I'm pretty behind on the captures. Behind 3k. Not great, but we're surviving, we're thriving. Recon gets a kill. I'm just healing units up. I'm kind of daring him to come fight me. I built an artillery because I'm like, alright, we're going to keep fighting over here for perpetuality. I need something to actually do the final push. So I opt to get an artillery. Attack that tank, go Gugunga. Attack that tank, go Gaganga. Things are okay. Things are okay. Things are alright. Lots on the line. I don't want to lose to Poland twice. It's not fun. Not fun, especially because there's like 30 observers. Attacks my tank here. Since I built this here, and I built the copter the turn before, I don't have any reinforcement. So this tank is not going to get smacked by my own units. It's basically got a quote-unquote free hit. Not loving it. He's got a lot of schlop. He's got 3, 2, 8 little schlopsters. I'm like, do I want to use prime tactics here? And the answer is no. Also, I don't want this thing to die to a tank hit, because if I put this lander like here, this 2 HP tank will kill my lander. And I still like the transport, so it's at 1 HP. That doesn't matter that much, but it does matter in the sense that it could die in one shot. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to get artillery over here just in case he tries to overwhelm me with numbers. When you face mech spam, if you watch my other videos, fighting mech spam with artillery works. Fighting with artillery and tech ups are usually your best bets fighting mech spam. So, see what I can do there. But he got off his power. And I end the turn. Poof, not very much for that. Granted, a lot of this lost income is from this lander, so artificially low. So pretend that's like 90,000 rather than 76. So I'm doing pretty decent. Behind on income, but, you know, doing alright. I think, honestly, I'm doing pretty good. In terms of, like, damage. If you can take away the lander and his superpower, I'm winning the damage war. It seems worse than it is for me because he already had a superpower and the lander is effective. So I'm winning the brawl, as I should. He coalesces. I'm like, all right. I'm behind 2K. I'm going to capture this property. I'll capture these properties, I think. I'm like, all right. Time to go balls to the wall. Copter comes in. I said, F this shit. Copter going in. I'm going Agunga. Prime tactics. It's all or nothing now. Time to put him on his back foot. Infantry comes over here. Infantry caps. This has 60 defense now, by the way. Tank comes in. F, I don't care if I'm lower HP. Boonga. Bang. You attack my tank again, you're going to get smacked by artillery. Infantry caps there. Infantry caps there. I don't even need a lander. Who needs a lander? Recon comes back from the dead. Gets over there. Tank has 60 defense. Recon finishes off. Tank finishes that off. Sure, the mech can hit me. It's doing 2 damage to me, tops. And I'm doing 8 back. That's not a winning engagement. So these are invincible, basically. And I'm capping that. And I'm blocking this. So if you try to kill my recon, it's not happening. And if you try to do that, artillery is coming too. So now I'm going for the 2 comm tower swindle, basically. I was behind on all the caps and stuff. I kind of had to sack a copter, but he's got Shop of 2, 5, and 3 versus full 6, 6, 7. And that copter's going to be preoccupied with my copter, so it's not that bad, actually. And if you take away the lander, I'm ahead about 25,000. And he's got no counterattack, basically. So copter comes in, knocks me to 3-8. Infantry try to finish me off for some reason. Look at that. Nice. So Poland's feeling the pain. He's going for this property. Like, come on. He actually even brings his anti over here. He really, really wants to stop this cap. This is... I don't even think that was a roll, because I have 20%, 30% defense here, so it's like I'm on a city. He's got no comm towers. I don't think that was a roll. I don't think he could have gotten it. If he did, even had he gotten it, it would knock me to 9, just like this one did. And then I'm going to get it next turn. But I will be getting the comm tower this turn. So I got the double comm tower swindle. Except, oh, not quite. This one is I have not gotten. He was a neo tank, or a medium tank. So he's got the tech up. Got the tech up. But I got the comm towers. And I'm not allowing that. That's just silly. And I even do that before capping because I'm a dingus. Because this is live league. We got, not much time left. So I get a tank kill over here. Honestly, I'm not even afraid of these mechs. They don't scare me. Because whatever attacks me, I have this artillery coverage. Cap, cap, cap. Got a line of infantry. And I don't even care. There's so many soft targets, I'm just killing everything I see. I'm even attacking the little weak infantry, killing off that tank. Whatever attacks into this will die. And then I block it. So, if whatever the hell this is called, our anti-air will kill whatever this copter attacks, except for these 2 tanks. So, looking pretty decent. Or this copter as well. However, a thing to be noted, Rachel already has more than half her power bar. And, remember how the lander took the heat last time? Yeah, I don't have any decoy this time. It's going to smash me over here, try to smash me over here. So I have to be very, very careful. And we're equal on income now. We're equal on income. So I'm liking that. And I'm winning the tiebreaker because I have 2 comm towers versus 0. Or hopefully 2 comm towers versus 0. But medium tank comes in, gets a free kill. But, you know, it wasn't free because I killed off some other stuff. He's got so many mechs, it's crazy. This infantry attacks by tank, I guess, assuming me to one-shot him so he could do a double mech attack. I don't know how that would work out, though. I don't really like that attack. It seemed really ambitious. He has no comm towers. If he had a comm tower, maybe? I just don't like that attack. Maybe you attack with a 4 then? I don't know. I didn't like it. But so he just basically lost an infantry for free. But he's really close to a superpower. So he didn't want me to take this property. Because if I capture this property, this infantry's interrupting, this infantry's interrupting. So I saw what he was doing. I said, no, I'm capturing it. And you can't stop me. Bonk. And once again, I forgot to do the comm tower till later, but still 2-hit KOs. Move a tank here. Tank can't reach. This tank can't reach. It's a guaranteed cap right there unless he gets a superpower. Hey, who said the weak side couldn't claw back? These mechs aren't in position to attack me anymore. Bonk. Got my own medium tank because I need a way to deal up with the tech up. I got what I wanted and now I'm just running. I'm not pushing into this medium tank. I have no answer to this really. I mean, I have an artillery, but like, that's pushing it. So I'm going to tech up myself, see what it can do. And I go for this kill over here. Honestly, maybe I should just stayed over here to defend against the copters. Maybe, I just wanted that free kill and to threaten this property as well. Maybe. But now the copters can wreak havoc for free. Getting a bunch of hits. Killing my infantry. Attacks my poor little Reeky Peeky over here. Sad. Attacks my infantry. Tons of mechs being lost. Oh my god, look at all these freaking mechs. Obscene numbers of mechs. I need to tech over here a stat. Can't get this stop here. Thankfully, now 2 comm towers and 2k. Now we're looking pretty decent. We're ahead in unit count. We're not doing too great on unit value, but like I said, with the lander, add another 12k to that. So we're about 110,000 to 120. So could be worse. Honestly, not bad at all. Go over here, go for the 2k on the tank, which is guaranteed because I have that nice juicy 2 commies. But now, I'm like, okay, this hovering fire is coming. I need to stop this. So I'm like bunching up the ball over here, killing off or weakening some mechs, just attacking crap, basically. Finally, tech over here. He has nothing to do with this. No artillery even. So this is going to basically mow everything down. I sacked this infantry in order just to like delay this cap, or this one as well. And it was really tricky. I think I spent like 8 minutes. Look, I have 10-minute advantage. I think I spent 8 minutes looking at this move planner. I wanted them all to hit here. I don't want it to hit here. 1 over here at the most. 2 over here, none over here, please. So it's really awkward positioning my units. I'm like, I'm learning on times like tick, tick, tick. The time is going down. I'm like, no, it's really hard playing against Rachel in low times. I'm like, where are they gonna hit? Where are they gonna go? He's just covering fire. Look, yeah. I had what, 10 minutes? Yeah, I had 11 minutes. Went down to 3. So 8 minutes. Covering fire comes in. Okay. 2 hit over here. That was my minimum standard. 1 was going to hit the medium tank. I can live with that. But 2 hit over here. Had 2 hit over here. That would be trouble. 4 HP versus a full HP. Not going to happen. 7 HP with 2 comm towers? If I get a first strike, I'm going to win the battle probably. Or at least be equal at best. Or at worst. So, not too shabby. That kind of sucks. I was threatening to capture this property, but whatever. Medium tank comes in. He's just oonga boongaling. He's going for the recaps. One thing you might have noticed. Poland is low on time. His turn ends. Yeah, couldn't even build the last of his units. He runs out of time. Not good. Especially because one of the copters, in my range. One of the tanks, in my range. Unit there, medium tank, Poland resigns. Whew. Time difficulty got in trouble this time for him. Though I would argue that I would win this long term with 2k advantage, a neutralized covering fire that's not coming for a long time, 2 calm tower advantage. I'm pretty sure this was in the books anyway, but it expedited it. But I can't tell you the relief that I felt. I was like, I cannot go 0-2 versus Poland with like 30 to 40 people watching me live. So, it was good. I really wanted to go 2-0. But Poland's really strong. And let's just say the rivalry didn't end here. But the episode will end here. Because both of us had a little taste in our mouths. We're like, 1-1. Usually there's the best of 3 or best of 5, but we'll get back to it. And it's funny because my rating went down to the same rating it went back. I lost one and won one, and my rating went exactly to where it was before. So it was like a net gain of 0. However, he did different accounts. So one of his accounts went to 1,500, the other account went to 1,350 or something like that from losing. So yeah, that was a match. That was a match. A set. But I messed up here. But I think I had a really good covering fire. I did a good job neutering his covering fire. And then when I locked both comm towers and I did this little tricky thing right here that he didn't expect. I think that was like the game winner right here. Like, once Lash gets the income advantage, you're not getting that back. That's one of the most contested properties. And then no way to deal with this medium tank. Can't even try to capture that because the medium tank's going to destroy you. So that was a wild set, man. And I was exhausted after playing these games. Like 2 high-stakes matches. It took probably like 2.5 hours to play these. Like, I was like, I need a nap. But the rivalry, like I said, the rivalry series has begun. It's not ended. So, until next time. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys were entertained. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.